Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. I'm now finally back in Sweden after an amazing trip to Star Wars Celebration. I had so much fun meeting you guys, other Star Wars YouTubers, seeing the cool reveals, and even getting the chance to take a picture with the Senate himself. But now that I'm back home, video production will be back to normal. I won't be as slow with the content, and I'm also back at my standard PC, which means I can make some higher quality content and I will be able to produce it faster. So in this video I wanted to go over various details we've received both from developers on Twitter, from pre-order pages, and other stuff that I haven't covered yet and that I haven't seen many others cover either. And then tomorrow and the rest of the week I will have so much to talk about, so stay tuned for that. But now let's get started. Starting off, if you look at the Amazon pre-order page, we can see two new things. First off, Han Solo is confirmed. This was something that people speculated about, and we could see something that looked like Han Solo in the trailer, but now we know for sure that yes, it is Han Solo. And they also confirmed that we will be getting tanks. It's of course a very vague statement, but there are so many tanks throughout the Clone Wars and hopefully also the Galactic Civil War that would be great to see in the game, and to make sure that we have vehicles on both sides and that the gameplay is more balanced than it was in the current game, since the Rebels didn't have any vehicles to counter the AT-STs with. I also wanted to mention another hero, which is Jango Fett. We can see Slave 1 on the Camino concept art, so I'm assuming Jango Fett will be in the game, but I'm not gonna say it's 100% confirmed until we've actually seen him outside of the ship, because who knows, maybe the hero ship is in there but not the hero. Not very likely, but it's better to wait than call something confirmed until it's actually confirmed. Moving on, we have some really good news regarding the hero pickups that a lot of people didn't like. Creative director Bernd said on the PlayStation blog that instead of collecting a power-up, players can earn a resource and choose when to spend it. And this sounds exactly like many of us wanted it to be. This hopefully also means that people who play a little bit better have a higher chance of getting a hero, but that everyone still has a pretty good chance to get him. This is obviously a very vague statement, but we do know for sure that it's not going to be hero pickups now, and we won't have some people camping the same spot and getting the hero pickup over and over. So I'm really glad to hear about this, and I'm curious to see how exactly the hero system will work in the next game. Moving on, I have talked about the season pass and how it seems like it's not going to be one. They did kind of retract that statement, but they have confirmed that they are not doing the same model as they did for the last game, and that they have learned that the community didn't like the previous system. So I'm still hoping and thinking that we will probably not have paid DLC, but based on some of the pre-order bonuses as well as this text on the Microsoft pre-order page, we do know that there will be in-app purchases, which of course makes a lot of sense. If they are gonna support the game post-launch, they do need to get money somehow, and if the DLCs are free, we will have to pay for microtransactions instead, and this means that you don't have to pay a single dime if it happens to be free DLC, and that's how I hope they will do it. It's way too early to say if these microtransactions will be good or bad, because we have no idea what they will actually cover. Will you be able to unlock everything by paying, or will you maybe only be able to unlock certain parts of the cosmetics? It's very hard to say, but we do know for sure that there will be in-app purchases as confirmed by the Microsoft pre-order page. Moving on, another location confirmed by the PlayStation blog is Naboo Theed. We do know that Naboo will be in the game since we see Yoda versus Maul there, but we now also know that Theed, the actual open city, will be there, which is really cool to see. It seems like we will get some urban warfare in the Clone Wars, which I'm so excited about. And while we're talking about Clone Wars, I wanted to bring up some tweets from Dennis, the associate design director on Star Wars Battlefront. A lot of people wondered, where were the clones? Why weren't there any clones in the trailer? Well, he said that they weren't ready yet simply. They are still in development and not every model was ready to be shown off, which is why it focused on this. But the clones will be in the game. We have also seen concept art from them, so don't worry, just because they weren't in the trailer doesn't mean they won't be in the game. And moving on, he also confirmed that the game will have dedicated servers. This isn't really new stuff, but Angry Joe and some other people were talking about how the game is gonna have peer-to-peer connections, which the previous games haven't had. DICE has been using dedicated servers for a very long time, so I'm not sure why this misinformation came from, but they do have dedicated servers in the current game, and they will have dedicated servers in the next game. The question, however, is if we are getting a server browser or not. That's something we can really hope for. Moving on, someone asked Dennis if they will have a cooldown or a reload system, and he said both. Kind of. We're doing some improvements and we'll have more details later. This sounds really interesting, as I really like the overhit system in the current game, but I also thought it was interesting when they added the DT-29 that actually had a reload mechanic. So I wouldn't mind a reload mechanic, but I still don't think standard blasters should have ammo that can actually run out. That's where I think they could go too far. I hope the ammo will only be for very strong weapons or pickups, and that you can reload some weapons but that they still have unlimited ammo, if that makes sense. And the last thing I wanted to bring up is that Sledgehammer, the community manager for EA Star Wars, confirmed that third person will be in the game. This is obviously no surprise at all, but apparently there were some unclear wording on some of the pre-order pages, so I just thought it didn't hurt bringing it up here just to make sure that you all know that third person is coming back in the next game, and I'm also assuming that first person is probably also coming back. I don't see any reason whatsoever to remove any of those two features. But that is all for this video. Tomorrow I will have tons of more content. I might even do a Q&A stream tomorrow. No promises, but I will do my best. And again, if you guys find any information that you feel like I haven't covered in my videos, feel free to tweet it to me, leave a comment below. Just make sure that you leave a source with it. Don't just claim anything. Point me to a part of the trailer, point me to a website, or point me to an image. That helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate your help. But thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.